All right, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Let's find a comfortable seat on the ground and just begin with breathing. Double check my volume. There, that's probably better. You can hear me, right? Somebody give me a thumbs up.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. Thank you. So remember, we're not just seated. We are really trying to extend our spine and have that wonderful, strong posture in our back. So if we're normally like this, we want to inhale, extending. Imagine the crown of your head going tall, and we might feel a little more connection with whatever we're sitting on, your cushion or the mat or your blanket. And then as we exhale, we want to maintain that length and just soften our shoulders because on most of us, they're tending to go forward. So we want to open through the chest, shoulders down. This morning, as best you can, try to breathe in as well as out through your nose. This can be a challenge if you have a cold, if you have allergies. In that case, you can always breathe out through your mouth. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, relaxing, releasing tension. Feeling your connection to the ground, to the earth, to your mat, whatever's connected to the floor. Imagine each inhalation you're getting a little taller. I have a lot of issues with my spine. And as I inhale and think tall, I think in my mind that I'm giving more space for those very compressed intervertebral discs. I know it doesn't work that way, but wouldn't it be nice if it did? Power of positive thinking. Let's go 2 more breaths. One more. Nice. All right, we'll continue to focus on our breath as we begin movement in our body. So let's begin with just letting the head come down to one side. Noticing what you feel and where you feel it. So both shoulders are down, even though this ear is getting closer to the shoulder. I normally just feel it in my trap. This morning, I must have slept funny and I feel it even down into the front. Head comes up, inhale. Remember tall, exhale. So I stay tall, but I let that head drop heavy towards the other shoulder. So normally I just feel it on the opposite side, but because I must have slept funny, I'm feeling it on this side too. So I don't agonize about it. I just am aware of it and pay attention. Back up through center, and now we'll turn our head. Back through center and to the other side. Back through center. And now just turn side to side on your own. Eyes open or closed. It's always nice to close your eyes because you focus within. When I'm at home and I have my eyes open, I think, oh, I got to clean that up. Oh, I need to dust. Oh, whatever. And that's not what we're thinking about right now, hopefully. And back through center. And now we'll simply nod yes. Yes. To the simple act of breathing, which is automatic. But when we pay attention to it, marvelous things can happen. We can impact our nervous system and our stress response if we remember to breathe in the moment. All right, good. All right, let's take our hands out, stretch, reach, look up, exhale, hands come down, hands come clasping behind you, or if it doesn't reach, sometimes, especially when we're stiff, you can take this towel and hold on to one side, and then you're always welcome to do that. Now, just look up a little bit and notice if that changes what you feel. Now look down and look up. Come back to neutral. And we're still opening through the heart, and turn your head side and side. One more time each side. And release. Good. Simple twist. Inhaling tall. Exhale, rotate. Shoulders down, lifting the heart. Looking in the direction of your twist. And release it back through center. Inhale tall, exhale, rotate. So now we're going to come back to center and change our position and shift over onto our hands and knees for quadruped. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to snap my picture for roll. And begin your breathing. Taking your time. Paying attention to each part of the spine, from the crown of your head to the tailbone. Closing your eyes so you can pay attention to what you feel. Coming back to neutral. All right, we're going to go into our spinal balance. So, remember, we're going to push against the ground to find stability. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Let's take the left leg. I'm going to have to switch because I don't have as much room. Left leg out and right arm out. So I'm starting with the opposite side. Reaching, belly in. We're going to hold it. And now the knee and the elbow come towards one another, and we can round, extend, and we're going to go 2 more times. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Inhale, reach. Exhale, bring it together. Inhale, reach and hold as you exhale. And bring the hand and the leg down. All right, let's take our hips to one side, then the other. Shoulders to the opposite side, a little lateral flexion before we do the other side. All right, so here we go. Pressing against the ground, draw the navel in. This time, right leg goes out, left arm extending. Try not to collapse in the belly. And as you exhale, elbow and knee towards one another as you round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Bring it together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. And I lost count. Was that 2 or 3? Let's go one more. Just in case. And hold it out. And bring it in. So knees together or knees apart. Shift your hips back for child's pose. So allow your upper body to fold over the lower body. Remember, if your head doesn't make it to the floor, just put a fist or 2 underneath it. Deep breath. So as your belly expands and your ribs and your chest expand, try to feel it in your back, in your low back as you breathe. If you don't feel it, try it on the next time. Just kind of experiment with your body and your breath. We're trying to change what we feel in the back with our breath. One more breath. Good. All right. So we're going to come up to our quadruped, walk our hands out to our kneeling plank, or you can go into your full plank. Remember, belly in, protecting the low back. We're going to slowly come down. And we're going to reach the hands back. Open up into cobra without hands. Release it back down. Inhale, take it up. Hold while you exhale. Release it back down. Inhale up. Exhale, holding. And then hands come underneath as you release your head down. Now, belly in, we're going to push up to the knees, but we want to keep the belly in instead of bringing the upper body and then the lower body up like that. Let's try to bring the hips, belly, and chest at the same time. Takes a lot of focus. All right. So now we're going to curl the toes under, stretch the bottoms of the feet. And we're going to end up with our left foot forward. So you can go into down dog. Take your left foot up and step in. Sometimes we have to just take our hand and bring that foot forward, letting the right knee down. So here's where that hand towel can be helpful. You can put it under your knee, or you can turn your mat over if you have one. So we're going to bring our upper body up. Just climb up. Breathe. So knees and toes and hips all going in one direction. So if we can, we're going to take both hands up like this. And if it's uncomfortable because you're out of balance, you could be holding onto a chair, or you can just do one hand. Inhale and exhale. Try it with the other hand. Inhale and exhale. All right, so my hands come down, and now I'm going to shift back so that I'm feeling a stretch in the hamstring. So my hands, and I could have my hands on my blocks, or my Kleenex boxes, or my books, or, you know, those Clorox wipes. If you had some canisters, something that will, I'm not putting all my weight here, it just supports me. So I can send my left hip back and pull my heart up on the diagonal away. I'm not rounding my back. Breathing. I'm going to put my blocks to the side, walk forward, climb up again. This time really focus on my drishti so I can have my balance. And both hands come up if I can. Exhale, hands come down in cactus, and I'm going to bring my gaze up. And that may be more of a balance challenge for me. Inhale up, exhale, hands come down, shift the hips back, and I can find my blocks again, or whatever, or my hands can reach the floor. So I'm really focusing on the hamstring. Breathing. All right. So I'm going to put my blocks down, and then I'm going to bring my weight to the left and bend the left knee. So I'm going to shift into that 90-90 position. I'm going to face my left knee, so I'm going to twist a little, lift up tall, and come forward. So stretching through that left hip, similar to when we do pigeon. We're going to come up, bring the hands behind, lift the knees, and just switch over. So now I'm facing the right knee, lift up tall, and come forward. It may feel different because we didn't just work that right hip. Deep, complete breath. All right, pick it up. And now I'm going to put my weight on my hands, lift up and swivel. I think I'll face you this time. So I'm going to my down dog. And then my right foot goes up. The knee comes into the chest. I hug in and round, trying to make room. But if I don't get my foot forward, then I just take it and put it there. We don't need to be graceful. Remember, you can put your hand towel under your back knee. Make your way up. Find stability through your feet. So think about through the big toe and the little toe at the base and the edges of your heel, pressing down. And now press down with the toes in back. Lift your heart. And we'll inhale up. And if you have to do it with one hand, that's fine. Exhale down. Do both hands if you can. Inhale up. We're getting our balance. Inhale one more time. And now hands come down, maybe finding the blocks. Exhale. And I'm shifting my right hip back. Kind of breathing into the back of the leg, lifting my heart up and to the diagonal. So I'm not collapsing over my knee. Breathing. So if I want to get a deeper stretch, I pull my hip back, and then I get my hip bone closer to my thigh bone. So that's decreasing the joint angle. Breathe into it. All right, we're going to shift forward. Weight comes more onto the forward foot. Okay, forward knee over forward heel. Find your drishti, your focal point. Inhale slowly, arms come up. Exhale, opening the heart. So I'm going to bring my elbows behind me, look up a little to open more. It also challenges me with my balance. And inhale up, hands come down, and we'll shift back one more time. Breathing. Remember, breathing in and out through your nose if you can. All right, shifting forward slightly. If your right leg is in front, we're going to come to the right hip and find that 90-90 position again. So I'm going to face my right knee, lift up tall onto my fingers, exhale forward over. Deep, complete breath. Paying attention to your body. Hands come underneath, lift up tall. Left hand comes behind you for support. We're going to lift the knees. You don't have to move. I'm just doing it for the camera. And now we're going to come and face with our torso, our left hip, and do our 90-90 once again. So lift tall, and then stay tall as you hinge forward. Doesn't matter how far you get, just honor your body. And sometimes you surprise yourself. Remember, we're trying not to round. Focusing on your breath and what you're feeling in your body. And we'll bring it back up. Leaning back on our hands once again. And now we just go with our knees side to side. Keeping our heart lifted. Doesn't matter if your inside knee touches the ground or your outside knee. Who cares? It's just what you feel. All right. So now we're going to make our way to just lying down. Let's take a big stretch. Reach the whole body. Exhale, draw the knees in. Head comes up as this helps stretch the posterior portion of the body. All right. So we're going to let the feet find the floor next to the hips. And hands come down by the hips. Draw the shoulder blades together. So we'll begin with pelvic tilts. So right now I'm in neutral, just natural, not manipulating my hips or back. And now I want to take my lower back, the top of my pelvis, toward the floor. At the same time, I'm going to tilt my tailbone up as if I was curling it in. And release. Once again. So let's go 4 more on your own. Try not to hold your breath. Lower back down. Come back to neutral. This is a posterior pelvic tilt. Back to neutral. 2 more. One more. All right, so we're at neutral again. Pressing through the hands, pressing through the upper arms and the feet. We're going to lift the hips. Just a reminder not to turn your head side to side because we have weight on our shoulders and upper arms, but that's closer to our neck. So pressing your hips towards the sky, pressing through your big toes, trying to be aware of where your knees are and try not to let them splay out. They want to be even with the hips and the toes. All right, we're going to slowly, with an exhalation, let the hips come down, knees come in, hug them in tight, head comes up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Press through your upper arms and feet. Press through your shoulders. Open up into your bridge again, using caution, remembering not to turn your head side to side. Always better to be conservative, especially with the neck and the knees. Well, all of our joints. Lower down slowly. Knees come in. All right. And let the feet find the floor. Okay, so I'm going to reach my hands out. And I'm just going to lift up, letting my fingertips go towards the knees. They may not make it there. And release it down. Some of us have longer or shorter arms, longer or shorter torsos. So don't compare yourself to others. We're just going to move slowly up and slowly down. So we're working our abdominals, but we're also working our neck because we're keeping it in neutral. We're not tucking our chin in. 2 more. All right, so let's extend left leg. Right knee comes in. Pulling in as your left hamstring finds the floor. And extend it now. Left knee comes in, hug tight. Right hamstring goes to the floor. All right, now bring both knees in, hands come out, and we'll take both knees to the right, bring them back up and down towards the left. It doesn't matter how far you go. Just want to feel that nice twist. So we're going to go back and forth for about 20 seconds, just keeping the shoulder blades connected to the ground, opening through the lower back as you twist. If you prefer just to hold it to one side, of course you can do that. But as we go back and forth, we're working on mobility as well as muscular strength. All right. And that's it, boys and girls. Hope you have a super day. Namaste.